Good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Enjoying your weekend. We're all on the weekend now. There's no doubt about it. Unless you live on Mars, obviously you're a few days behind in that case. Anyway, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with the competition. And I'm still not used to these headsets. This is ridiculous. Just can hardly hear me, so I don't know how loud I'm talking. So yeah, it's like putting you know, your hands over your head. Yeah, I suppose that's a good sign of the headphones with the sound and all that. It's probably why they're such good sounding headphones when I play games. But yeah. Anyway, let me just take a sip of my coffee and get into the usual spiels. Read it off the teleprompter. Right, we got all full house here today. Yep, the TV show. Heavy Reactor on it is here today, making a special appearance. But before we get into them, we've also got DJ Smudo and Patrio here with us. How are you guys? How's it all going?
I'm good. Well rested.
My internet's it's that's my only problem.
Well rested than yesterday because, you know, after making it through a night, my sleep schedule is on stream time again. So the next 3 days I'm gonna be trying to get back to normal.
Damn it, I was too slow on that.
Yeah, doing alright. Although you say full house, we're barely even 2.5 men.
A much better program. Until Charlie left.
Not without him.
Aye.
It's not the same without him.
No, it wasn't. It was alright. It wasn't bad. Other programs at that situation have been a lot worse off, but Aston was alright. It's just, I think, you know, it's the same thing. People are used to a certain thing, and if it changes, they don't want to give it a go. They just look at it like that instead of looking at the changes. But anyway, excuse me.
Yeah, I never liked Ashton Kutcher much. I don't find him funny. I don't like Charlie Sheen much either, except for
Hot Shots. Hot Shots. He was great in 2.5 Men, but then again, he wasn't really acting, he was just playing himself. So anyway, since Patrio was away yesterday, obviously he gets 3 contracts today to choose from. The other thing too I was thinking about, because I'm just too nice, is that I was going to say to Mr. DJ, he can have 1 turn at having 3 contracts. Because he missed the beginning of yesterday's. So
voting.
Yeah. Aye?
Well, for missing the contract, he got to do a big contract on one-time speed yesterday, didn't he?
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Yeah, I suppose that equals it out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I was going to say, look, I did have a check with one-time speed. I just always feel bad when I miss a stream, because in the back of my mind I'm like, what was I doing last stream? Apparently I was finishing up a harvesting contract. I see the bill for it.
Oh, yeah. We kindly, all 3 of us did it for you. And just billed you for the harvesting of the field, not the transporting. Smitter picked up the straw and sold it for you. So we thought instead
after the bumper weekend I had last weekend, I was half expected to be shot in the foot a bit harder.
Because you'd already done some of the harvesting on that field. Then when we thought about transporting, which you'd normally pay for, and the straw picking up, well, it depends if you did it on your own or not. I just thought, well, we just thought just charging you for the field harvest.
Basically, the money you got paid for the contract went straight to us, but you got the money from the straw and the crop overhang.
I don't know, how much was the contract?
About as much as what you build him.
I didn't build them, the invoice thing built them. Oh, well, that sucks.
You know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was like 8k or something like that, but yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely
well,
100, so I'm happy.
No, if it was
No,
8k, you still made 6 grand then.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully everything goes smooth today. We'll see. Almost end up cancelling the stream.
So,
My stomach doesn't feel right.
that's not good.
It's probably because I sort of overate yesterday. Had a whole big bag of chips before I went to bed, which was the sort of thing to do, but they just tasted too good.
Yeah, I mean, I admire those people who can eat just a handful of chips out of the bag and then put the bag away.
Well, that's what I was doing, but I couldn't be bothered last night. It was just stuff.
No, what I normally do is I get a bowl, fill the amount of chips I want to allow myself, and put the bag away straight away. So I only can eat what I allow myself.
Well, I only eat that. I only eat the handful because I'm worried about my stomach now. But in the old days, it was 3 bags of big chips. Not a problem.
No, one bag is the maximum.
When you say 3, when you say 3 bags, we're talking standard 50, 150 large, or like the 250 family size?
I think it's the 150. I might be able to tell you. 150 grams.
Damn. I can pack them down if I try, but that's an effort. Which is kind of silly, because 150 grams potato doesn't sound like much, but it's potato. I can't handle potato.
Oh, I used to binge eat junk food all the time. Tasty things like that.
The problem, I think, is not the potato, dude. It's the oil.
No, for me,
I went through... lunch for me yesterday was a triple stacked smash Angus burger. So it's basically a triple cheeseburger with Angus beef. And I had to cut into the burger because I couldn't fit it in my mouth to chew on it. And that was no problem at all. But yeah, no. The I would say medium serve worth of chips on the side. Struggled to touch them.
So I'm going to do this myself. No,
Yeah,
for me it's the vinegar.
Are the chips you get with that actual chips, as in potato chips, or like the British chips, meaning actual French fries?
Oh, I'm just weak against potato in general, so even like mashed potato, I can take a couple of tablespoons worth, and I'm like, yeah, that's enough for me. I'm done.
All right. If we ever meet in a zombie apocalypse, I'm just gonna throw potatoes at you then.
Potatoes to me is kind of like onions to frith, except I'm not like adverse to them, but I think the easiest way to get me to eat a lot of potato would probably be a potato bake, but even then, 200 grams, I'm done. But throw me a 300 gram steak, yeah, no worries. Give me that lot.
What, not even hash browns?
2 hash browns, I'm done.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think potato gems, or tater tots as the Americans call them. I prefer those. I do prefer shoestring fries over thick cut or steak cut chips. Hate wedges.
Oh, so yeah. I'm potato mad, but that might be the Irish in me. So yeah, no, for me the chips. I mean the plain chips. It's not the all. It might be with the plain chips. The plain chips we've got here are really nice in one brand anyway. Well, actually a few brands, but it's quite nice, which is the Bluebird brand. And the other favourite of mine is salt and vinegar, and it's because of the vinegar. Vinegar, I love the taste of vinegar. As far as chips, I would always prefer chips over French fries any day. And those I can eat a lot of. And when it comes to like mashed potato, normal potato, or anything like that, yeah, fried potato, especially scalloped potato. Oh, now my mouth's watering.
My chip preference is barbecue, original, salt and vinegar, and that's it. I don't like chicken, can't stand cheese and onion.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the chicken. I can do the chives. Okay. Actually, I've grown to like it a bit more as I got a bit on. Never used to.
But yeah, I do. Crisps.
Potato chips are crisps, yeah.
For those, yeah, it depends on the brand. Because I agree. Like I mean, Smith's is everywhere, but you get the kettle chips, which are the kettle boiled, deep fried, or kettle oil fried chips, but they're lighter and more crunchy. So it's wonderful flavour and all the rest of it, but you get a workout in your jaw.
What's the name of them again?
Kettle. I think it was also
Yep.
Delico.
Yeah, kettle. Well, we have that, but it's blueberry kettles, which are oven fried or whatever. We've got thin cut and original cut, thick cut. Just so you know, Smear, the difference is when we say potato chips, we're talking about crisps. When we say just chips, that's French fry type things. But there's a difference, obviously, between a chip and a French fry, the size of them.
Obviously.
And chips are a lot nicer.
Yeah. I mean, I do like French fries. I do like waffle fries. Also delicious. But steak fries, not so much.
Actually, that could do with a clean if it's
Actually, curly fries, now those are good.
Curly fries, yeah. Yeah. Curly fries and waffle fries are delicious.
I think he's all good. He's not going to run into a bale.
But yeah, otherwise, to me, potato is basically like rice. It's just a filler. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just there. You can do a lot with it, yes, but all the time it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you got a point there.
They don't. Potatoes are a staple. In my book, the meat and the vegetables are just side dishes. Compliments, whatever they're called, to the potato.
Yeah, pumpkin I go crazy for.
Oh, yuck.
Roast pumpkin with the skin on.
Yeah, yes, roast pumpkin with skin on is what I go for. I'm like, that's perfect. Which is funny because I don't normally would expect I would go for it, but I don't know, it's like, it's softer than the potato, it's sweeter, the skin gives a different texture. I absolutely love roast pumpkin.
And then you'd like kumara, which is a sweet potato here, which pretty much reminds me of pumpkin. Some of them, there's about 5 different varieties of them, but I used to eat pumpkin as a kid, but I went right off. I can't stand the taste at all.
Pumpkin can be good.
The only time I eat pumpkin is the South African pumpkin soup that they make. The other people's pumpkin soup tastes, that one tastes real nice and creamy.
Well, I was curious, there's I had a vending machine once that did, it was like a probiotic healthy chip, so it was pumpkin based but a barbecue seasoning, and it was like a dense chip, but it was very light on the crunch, it was very light on the flavour, and it was only like, barely 45 grams for a small packet sort of thing. Like, it wasn't substantial, but it had a really good flavour. I like them. It's also sweet potato chips are pretty good too. Or sweet potato crisps.
I had a revelation today about my wheel. I was listening to Mr. Frithgar on his latest video on his farming sim playthrough, and he's been complaining about his wheel, thinking he needs a new one because his buttons ain't working. And I'm having trouble with mine. Actually, that's not what I want to do. I want to go up here without that. Sometimes starting the engine won't work. And I realised today even though in Trucking Sim, that button is set to a different thing, but when I press it, it works every time in Trucking Sim.
So
I'm wondering if it's a farm sim issue. So I told Mr. Friff in a comment today to go check it out on his ETS to see if that button will work fine on that.
Oh, that's just annoying.
It's just giants.
Yeah, I would have figured you just pull up the joystick properties box and just hit the button a few times to see if it responds properly.
Yeah, I don't have that because I got Logitech software and it doesn't have that.
Yeah, but even the Windows one should still give the device manager for the controller input.
Oh, that's true. I just got to find it now. That's all.
Start, hit the Windows key, start typing the word joystick.
Yeah, that might work. I don't know because I'm on Windows 11 now.
Under the vain assumption that the search is still a start menu search option. Then,
Still there, but things have changed. I can't even bring up Task Manager by right mouse clicking on the taskbar. I actually had to put a shortcut to Task Manager on my taskbar so I could access Task Manager if I needed to.
I could have sworn they unlocked a classic mode style to bring it back to a Windows 10 style menu, but the other option would be if the archaic keyboard options still work, there'd be Windows key and pause on the keyboard above page up.
Probably I'll have a look. It's just trying to find everything. There's a lot of changes. I do like it. I just got to get used to it, that's all. I just think the Task Manager thing, that's the one that really annoyed me, but that's because I use it a lot, and I use it a lot because when I'm playing Call of Duty, especially lately with the Season 3 bug that's come out where it tells you you've failed to find a host, which a lot of people complained about because they don't bother playing with friends anymore because they can't find a host, which is real interesting since it does it to me and I'm on my own. So I don't know why it does that, to be honest. If it's I'm not hosting anything, I'm just basically, playing the game off the servers. I'm not hosting, but it does that. And my point is every now and then when it does, Blizzard also lose connection and stuff like that, and I have to actually shut the game down. If I don't shut the actual Blizzard overlay or whatever it is down, the application down, or if I do shut it down and then start it back up again, I come back on with a NAP type of a moderate instead of open. So to combat that, I've got to actually go into Task Manager and end tasks on the Blizzard update agent. And if I do that, then I can start it up again and I'll have it open that type. But it's happening regularly these days, failed to connect the host, and the only way to fix that, because it happens after a game, and you could go back in the memory in that menu and that, but it won't find, it'll stick you into a lobby and then it'll say it again and again. The only way to get rid of it is actually restarting the game. A right pain in the backside. And it can happen like last night. I started the game up after the first game, bang, got it.
I've been spending a week and a half butting my head against Forza Horizon 5. There's a bug with an NVIDIA graphics card that doesn't want to play nice, at least under Linux anyway. Under Windows it stutters occasionally for asset loading, but that's because I'm running it off a hard drive or an SSD. Under Linux it's like, oh yeah, you got your full 60 frames a second, everything looks great, and lock up. It's like it's trying to load an asset, hits a buffer overrun or something, and then just dies, and everyone else has been having the same problem. Graphic update doesn't work, system updates no good, game patches, oh yeah, we've addressed this, hasn't fixed it.
Well, I haven't had any problems with the update of Windows to say, but last night when I was playing Call of Duty, on one map it happened one time, and I was surprised that I got any kills on that game, let alone 13. But all it was the graphics didn't load properly, and all it was red, white and blue all over the place. I thought I was going to have a seizure or something because it was really horrific, but I'm just a sucker. I can't, for any reason, I just can't leave a game. Doesn't matter what happens, I just feel like I'm giving up if I leave a game. So I sat there and played it with that texture. It was really weird. Absolutely weird. But yeah, no, it's been really good so far. I've only had it 2 days, but yeah. Has anyone else had that you were able to update to Windows 11 if you want to?
I mean, it's force loading it on me, and I just keep going on now.
Oh, so has that been a recent thing, or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because it's just weird. Like I said, that you know, I've been thinking about it, want to do it, but you have to have the TPM enabled on your motherboard, which I don't have. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, it says yeah. So I wonder if they've got rid of that option. Maybe they realise that a lot of people are not upgrading because they don't like that or want that to be an option, and they've decided to get rid of it and leave it as an option, because there is the BitLocker option in well, Windows. But I just can't believe how it's literally the first time I've ever upgraded Windows to a new version, and it's just been almost seamless. Apart from the voice meter, which I had to download the latest drivers for.
Well, they had to get one right at some point, right? That's
Oh,
just
yeah,
the
a lot
law
of
of big
voltages.
numbers.
But I'm just wondering if I'm going to have trouble doing a fresh install. That's all. Because they upgrade it, but you don't get a product key. And it said it used my product key that's on my account, which is the product key for my Windows 10. So if I do a fresh install with Windows 11, can I use my Windows 10 product key?
Yeah, that sounds like a question for either A, Google, or B, Microsoft support.
Yeah.
But, no, I forgot what I was going to say.
Words.
Oh, yeah. Brings up the old adage, remember, for your data, if it's not backed up, you obviously don't want it. So, you know, in the unlikely, well, I was going to say in the unlikely event, but the amount of times you reload Windows in a year, come on, JJ.
Well, that's because of the issues. Oh, mind you, I might have fixed that, by the way. You weren't here to hear that yesterday. With my issues with this blooming thing. It's, with my motherboard comes software called Armory Crate, and it's on the motherboard itself. It's got a basic LAN driver, so when you first load Windows on, it'll if you want it to, it'll download Armory Crate, and Armory Crate would do all the driver updates and BIOS, and it's got a whole bunch of things to it. You can control your RGB lighting, you can get probably one of the best blooming graphics I've ever seen for showing your CPU and your temperatures and your fan speeds and your voltage and all that kind of stuff. And so that's what I've been using. Like the first time I did it, I downloaded all the drivers off the Asus site, but for the first time ever, when I loaded them on, instead of coming up with the UI, you just hit install and then there'd be nothing there. And the only way I could know I'd finished installing it was actually having Task Manager open and see the Windows, the Asus program disappear out of Task Manager, so I knew it did the driver install. So, oh, that's a lot of rubber banding going on. So, I've ended up using Armory Crate all the time. I thought, stuff it, I'll just use that. It keeps it all up to date and everything else like that. Then I had a problem with my internet recently, again, with it really like dropping off speed and high ping rates and just weird stuff happening. And the only way I can seem to fix it is by actually disabling my Ethernet in Windows and then re-enabling it, and then it comes right again, because restarting the router doesn't do a thing. So it's definitely a Windows problem or something like that. And I ended up going on the site, because I uninstalled the driver and the device and told it to delete the driver, and I was hoping I'd restart it and Armory Crate go, oh, you need this driver, I'll download it and install it for you. But when I restarted it, automatically loaded the driver in, so I did it again, but instead of restarting, I thought I'd just do it through Armory Crate, but Armory Crate didn't pick up that the driver wasn't there. So I decided to do it manually, and I thought I'd better make sure that I've got an updated driver for it, because I haven't done that for a while, haven't checked. So I did that, and I just for some reason ended up on the BIOS and noticed that my BIOS update, the Armory Crate was telling me this BIOS is the latest BIOS, which is the one that was available when I first got the motherboard. And I've been waiting, hoping that there must be other updates coming, because maybe the problems I'm having with the motherboard is just BIOS problems that they can fix. So I've been waiting for it, and there hasn't been an update since, well, I think this one was early 2020 or 21. And on the site I noticed there was about 6 other updates since the one my BIOS had, including one 2 months ago, so I updated the BIOS. And then I looked, and then I saw that there were newer drivers on the site than Armory Crate wasn't giving me. So I've done all that, and then the Windows thing all of a sudden, funny enough, the day after I do all that, I get the Windows thing. So I thought, oh, it must have been a BIOS thing. Maybe you don't have to enable it, it just says it's got the TPM. And there's something wrong with that, so... yeah, I always transfer my stuff, because I've got 4 hard drives, so I transfer all the stuff I need to save onto another hard drive. Onto my other fastest hard drive. And it's nice and easy to send it back over, but yeah. Because the problem also with Windows, especially if you've got the BitLocker on, or the encryption on, if you do any changes like that, you've got to put in the key. If you don't put in the key, you're locked out. Your motherboard locks you out. So I haven't turned it on, but I don't know, worried that I'll start it up and won't work. But I suppose at the end of the day, if I do that, it doesn't work, I can always take my my flash drive over to my mother's place and then grab my old laptop and create another boot device with Windows 10. I've always got that backup, I suppose. Where's my other tracker? Oh, he's already there.
Put some links in there for you.
Thank you, sir. Oh, let me just... What do we got here? I get distracted and losing... Oh, what do we got? That's high. That's high. That's by. That's by. Shifting. So, we've got, in the links here, chat, we've got Mr. Duxley, who does farming sim videos on YouTube. Good mate of mine. The bit died at the moment, because his PC died on him, so he's just getting that fixed, but he's still putting out a few more until he's got a bit of a backlog. So hopefully he gets his PC back before that backlog, whoops, what am I doing? Stops. But yeah, he's got 3 different series running at the moment. One was Southern Cross Station, which I see has just come onto the mod hub. A good Australian map. I like the look of it too. It sort of shows you the sparseness or the spread outness of Australia.
That's the Australian map, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I just said, the Australian map. Yeah. And yeah, no, it's gives you a real Australian feel, like it's a farm, and then you just, the background just shows you that there's nothing around for miles. It's in the middle of nowhere. And a couple other ones, one with river I always forget, which is also on the mod hub. And Holt Ballaron, I think, is the other one he's doing as well. So he's got 3 of those going at the moment. Then we've got Mr. Fifth Car. Same deal. He does farming sim videos as well. He does time lapse twice a week, really good ones. And he does, where am I? Up all the way up here. He does, what else does he do? He does Let's Plays. One hardcore series and one just semi-realistic, non-realistic, let's have fun type of series. And he's currently doing a vlog, actually, on his father's farm, doing work on there and stuff, working on the digger, fixing gate and fences, which has been quite interesting. I've quite enjoyed that. So go check him out. We've got, who else we got there? Oh, we got old Panda, who's just started up on Twitch. He's been mainly doing farming sim, I think. He's just started up there. Go give him a hello and see how it's going and get it from a person from Malta. Their point of view on how farming's done on their tiny little island. In fact, probably the 2 times map he's using on farming sim is bigger than his whole island, so he's not sure what to do with all that space. And who else is there? There's DJ. He was doing some multiplayer streaming last night, I saw.
Yeah, playing Minesweeper on Factorio with some of the guys that I normally play with, actually. So it's your base Minesweeper, but in Factorio terms. So you got to put down a furnace to find where the mines are. So it's based off the original Minesweeper back in XP days.
98. 98, 95.
Yeah, 98. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. I saw that Minesweeper and I thought, oh, you're playing Minesweeper? Okay, good on you. Good old retro. Get back into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one, young fella. Bringing back the glory days before you were born.
I mean, I was playing it at that time anyway, so...
Yeah. No, it's interesting, the Victoria one. Yeah. We also got Feedy now. He does iRacing, but I haven't seen him for a while. So, I do know iRacing has seasons, so maybe that's the reason why. Is it this one? There it is. But yeah, if you like your iRacing, go check him out. If it's in between the season racing, that's probably why he hasn't been on for a while. But he is quite good. Go out, as I say to everyone, go and say hello, give him a follow, whatever, and try and distract him when he's in the lead. See if you can't lose him to race for a laugh. You know, because... Oh, did I unload barrels here? No, that's... Down, over, and unload. Oh, now you're going to unload and just tip over everywhere. Good, thanks, Bales. Mind you, they probably could have just gone straight into the thing. I didn't think of that. So yeah, and is there anything else? I've done dark. I've done the. I think we've covered everything else. The other one's just the rules to this competition. If you're wondering what the competition's about, well, the rules are there. That'll tell you exactly what it's about. And then the other one is my YouTube channel, which is just these streams. Just these streams uploaded onto YouTube. They're cut into 35-minute episodes and put up there 2 or 3 days later. And yeah, for reasons that they cut in 35-minute episodes, just for busy people with busy lives. I just think it might be easier if you want to watch a video or something like that. Why have you... What do you use? A blimmin' bale. Okay. Always a bale. How'd you get stuck on a bale? Yeah, just you know, it's easy to watch an episode or 2 and then you come back on, you just start the next episode, you know exactly where you are. Even though you can technically watch the Twitch VOD and come back, and 9 times out of 10 remembers where you are, but the 10 times a pain in the backside to try and find where you're up to. Oh, I might as well save myself some money and drive this fella up there.
Save yourself some money.